Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel, and in this one we once more have Kindred thanks to World's Bootcamper 100 Thieves Kenry. Definitely known for his Kindred, and you know there are a few other World's Bootcampers who are, but they have not been playing the champion, focusing on your Kianas, your Talons, and I did a video about that on the main channel. What champions are they playing? Why are they playing them? What is the meta? What might we see on the stage? And what might be best for fast LP gains? All of that was covered in the main channel video this week. However, I have a nice, juicy, thick, and voluptuous video coming tomorrow about a certain jungler on the Korean server that has a kind of obscene win rate, and he in fact used the Kindred to a 90% win rate. So, if you enjoy Kindred and you enjoy basically everything I just said, keep your eyes on that one for tomorrow. In the meantime though, Kenry's the only one really keeping that pocket pick alive of his rather than focusing world meta, but I think a lot of junglers should and could do that. It's obviously nice to have niche pocket picks because some of them, and you know the matchups better than everyone else, can do well against the champions you're gonna see on stage, and if you drive correctly, Kindred can always be a really good choice. Runes on your screen now, Futures Market and Booty's secondary page. This time it literally is Futures Market, not me griefing. I can 100% confirm this by clicking this button, you see. No more render errors for this video. However, you know, the Booties and Cosmic Insight, basically, they are just the most versatile runes. As you see, they're at least kiting the red buff down, so we know straight away from this ward started red and is going down. Very important that you watch this. It's all very well warding it, but if you don't see which direction they go afterwards, your tracking is just null and void, you know? Did she go up? Did she go down? Pay attention to that. But yeah, Cosmic, Futures Market, and Boots just give you something you don't have to spend gold on. They give you movement speed, they give you the ability to smite more often, and ability haste as well. So all of these things are great for junglers, more so than your more PvP-focused rune sets that we're not quite using right now. So at least we'll most likely, 99%, look to do a 3-camp or maybe a cheeky invade here. You don't really know until you sort of have visual confirmation, which is why it's very good to go straight for the red. Again, I have not seen this game. I don't know how it plays out. I just saw that. I really wanted to bring you a Kindred video. I want to bring you Kha'Zix videos. I want to see what the World Bootcampers are playing against players that are just not as good as them, because it provides you so much insight into how to play the game and how to abuse mistakes. Now, the Elise hasn't shown here, so basically the downside to this is if you face check this, you die. If you don't, she could be there. You don't know yet. Obviously, we have a scanner, so in this case, going for this, that works out well. You know, if you're looking to gank, you're sort of mid lane, or you're trying to take it to the enemy jungler here, maybe you have bot prior that can move up for the crab, and it just provides you a little bit of accessibility. You've got this plant as well. But in this case, as you can see, Kindred decides to fall back down to the Krugs. This is better because not only can you just smite it and take it a little bit more easily in terms of what you're face tanking and so on, but your bottom lane is also returning to lane after a level 1. And because Kalista is level 1 and will be abused as Leona goes to ward for some strange reason, Kindred is perfectly placed. Kenry will secure a kill here, most likely. The mark is on Lucian, so we don't get one there, but that's fine. No issues. RNG top crab. And look, Elise, hello, what are you doing? Okay, I'll review this in a second, but basically Leona goes for flash stun. We have TB's been committed, so that's really, really big. Alright, LeBlanc's able to clean up, which is nice. Leona is still level 1, and red buff goes to Akshan, and at least now has a refresh on the blue. Hold up, Cocoon hits, okay, that's flashes to be burned. That's a bit of fiesta, and as you can see from the timeline, most definitely is. So, just to recap, because a lot happened very quickly. And oh, look, it's exactly it. So if you're caught on this, now she's kind of late to it. We kind of know that the Elise is just going to go buff, grump, look to gank, maybe invade here if there's none of that available. So this is kind of called for, and that we don't really want to face off here, especially with an Akshan who has a pretty big, decent wave here to be able to rotate, and he's Akshan. So, you know, taking this can always end up badly. Securing this with your bottom lane as sort of a backup is nice. And as I said, because they got that first blood early, the Leona probably should not be looking to ward that deep. There's no real need for that whatsoever. This is a great rotation by the Kindred. Abuse this, shadow your bottom lane, especially considering they're level 1. I don't know why Leona is sort of flashing into stun here. I think because the actions are already roaming immediately, and LeBlanc decides, you know what, I better TP to get into this. I kind of just want to disengage if you can, you know? I mean, Leona's level 1 and she flash stuns. Elise is there waiting for the Akshan. I think if we can try and disengage, it works out nicely, but, you know, where's the fun in that, right? Well done, overall. Nice read. Elise, good rotation. Use the prior from the mid lane. And basically the RNG for the mark, we'll take that. LeBlanc kills the Akshan, okay. So we missed it, but LeBlanc stays out, kills the Akshan. That's really, really nice. At least we'll take this 99 times out of 100. The 100th time is when they're filled, when they don't. So we get to go and smite this and yoink it. If you were tracking properly, you'd most likely notice that the Elise, okay, this is 12, yeah? Goes and takes this one. That doesn't give you quite 4, 2 or 3, depending on how many they're taking, and then takes this one. So you see the 23 there instead of 24. Counter jungles the Raptors, because obviously Elise would not have taken that. Moves up here, absorbing some of that experience, not letting it hit the tower, because that's what we don't want. And now Kindred just goes and takes the Krugs as well. We left babies here, so in this situation, you'll be very cautious. In this situation, it's good to take the Krugs because the Elise will now eventually go topside as she dives bottom lane. If only we could have foreseen this. I've never heard of an Elise repeat ganking a lane and diving it early. Have you guys heard of this? I've never heard of this. I mean, it's not really their fault. The level 1 stuff, when you get first blood and now you recall, and they end up getting level 2 and you're level 1 Callista, it's like, you gotta weigh the pros and cons of your decision making there. But nonetheless, Elise does exactly what she's meant to do. We have a second spawn Krugs, we've taken the second spawn Grump, we'll get the second spawn Wolves. So in terms of raw experience, we're gonna get a huge advantage here, okay? Now Elise, when she eventually goes topside, these won't be taken. These will. So she will take this, 215 after that, there will be another spawn, and then she'll go here and it won't be there. She won't have the spawn time of it, which means she gets nothing. Which means you've distorted her camp respawns and her sequencing by sort of taking one camp and leaving the other. Kindred rotates to the mid lane, as you see there. Nice assist, counter gank to the Nami's rotation. And, okay, Challenger Kiana, Season 9 Challenger, before the inflation and techniques used by dodgers and new account abusers. That's what I meant to say, right? I meant to say that. The fact that Elise shows up here, and most likely did this, means your mark is available. And because we ganked mid to create prior, and the fact that Nami was pushed out of lane, means we can now rotate again. I love this. And the thing is, Elise is arriving. It won't matter. Just careful as we go back into the bush here. There you go. That's what we expect. But we hit an early level 6. Ult is used to keep the LeBlanc alive. Elise repels in space and time. Akshan rotates, gets stunned by the Leona. She engages onto the Akshan. They kill the Elise. Now they can all turn their focus onto the Akshan. He dies. Kindred is going to snack this mark and say, They can clear this control ward. They can wall hop. Very nice. And take the bottom crab as well. This is excellent. This is what I'm talking about with Kindred. A lot of you will just go for this instead of ganking mid first, because you have to anticipate the support roams as well. Junglers, we know this. It's not tough for us. We understand that we need to track roams from everyone, including the enemy jungler and the support. Laners, you have to as well. You know? Nami's disappeared, they just went back to base. Okay, this is probably a little bit of an overstay, which is confusing, but read and react. You see it, we taste it, we enjoy it. Again, this is a long sequence for Kindred, but I mean, this is the game. People act like Kindred is some kind of Karthus scaler, which they are. I mean, they scale astronomically, but you don't play it in the same way. You have to be assertive with your passing. You have to take everything that is available to you, and if you see people overstaying, kill them, push the waves, take the marks, invade, create prior for yourself. Ornn rotates down here. Elise is on the top side. Set's gonna ult and kill the Elise. She's not behind. Akshan's using his Caitlyn ult on steroids to finish that off. Now out of base, Leona has respawned, goes straight to the Ornn. Kindred is now reset after that, and instead of worrying about this Fiesta nonsense, we can just hold the mid lane, or we can rotate to the fight. These are two things. If this fight's over and everyone's resetting, hold the mid lane. If they're still fighting, rotate and pick up yourself some more kills. What are we at? Nami's also rotating. I mean, that is just a... Ooh! You know, once more, I need to put it out for you. This is what it looks like when a challenger player plays in Master / Grandmaster ELO, creates good advantages for themselves and their team, tilts the enemy jungler, and just abuses every mistake and takes everything on the map. This is brilliant. This is exactly how you should play Kindred. This is exactly how you should play Kindred. And if you've noticed the consistency with every Kindred video I've uploaded, Yes, the builds have changed. Yes, every server has their own kind of way. The one-tricks have their own sort of read on how to play the meta on their server. But never have I released a Kindred video where you're AFK farming and doing nothing. You're always doing stuff. And it needs to be quick and snappy. Like, this was really good. You know, Elise might come here, she has prior mid lane. You know, let me take this and join my bottom lane and abuse the fact that they got a level 1 kill and the bottom lane will be hyper aggressive. Elise made plays, everyone made plays, but then great counter jungling. Elise is gonna dive, that's fine. Ornn, my friend. Why are we just chilling there? Okay. Said you want to tank some towers, buddy. Akshan rotates, block those please. Thank you. Ult is available. Good Kindred secure, the Herald secure. The Herald isn't Kindred. But the fact that we are at 6 marks now, that just jumped up so quickly. None of this, apart from the one grub roam, was centered around Kindred marks. It was just jungling. If you jungle with Kindred in a very logical manner, you will get your marks every single time. Just, you know, swap to champions as you make those plays. Nice cocoon. But yeah, okay. What do you do from this point? That's always the question, because a lot of you, and I've coached a lot of you who do this as well, you get this lead, okay, you get this lead, and then you think, cool, free win. And now you do what Henry's doing here, which is taking all your camps, sequencing the respawns, probably pathing down. We can go to the mid lane as well. We could also rotate to this and dive top lane. There's a whole bunch of macro strategy that we could use. LeBlanc's going to handle the bottom lane for you. Thank you. Kindred, you could also hold this wave. One could argue you could hold this wave. Akshan might rotate down, but Set died. The point is, if your play, out of all these plays, going top lane, holding mid lane, going straight bottom lane, taking the dragon during the chaos, if none of those were your choices, and your choice was just to farm your red side, that's why you're losing these leads. That's why you're throwing these moments. And I'm going to try and make a video on this for the main channel, just breaking it down, stuff from coaching. Why, when you guys play Elise, any sort of carnivore / omnivore jungling, you get a lead, why do you lose those games? That's why. Because look at this. What did I say? As soon as the Elise was spam ganking and the Kindred was just getting all these camps and then rotating to the fights, you're going to have a huge level lead. Use this. I like this play the best. I like this play the best because now the Set can rotate and do things in this lane, in this lane. The LeBlanc has permanent prio in the mid lane. We can snack the mark here and take the Krogs. You can reset and everyone can just spend and you can go and handle the dragon and the farm and so on. But I love Kindred snowballs. I love them because it can kind of look like everyone's running into you, but that's what it looks like when you're just a better player. You know? We have the Gale Force here as well. There we go. Well played. I mean, when you're the better player, this is what it looks like. Just by the way. Like Elise would be say, well, you know, I was ganking early. I was doing such a good job. Yeah, but if you're not sequencing, look at this. I'm okay. I mean, you ping this, guys. Careful, Elise. Yes, okay. Careful. She could also just do the dragon. But, I mean, these are free kills. If she does it properly. TP as well. Kindred's in base, so I'm not swapping to it. Hello, Ornn. I do like the chroma, though. It's kind of funky. Okay, flashed. No. 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 It is what it is. But look at this. Red, Ornn's bot, Nami's going base, Mark on the wolves, control water, don't stop to clear because he's gonna get away. Thumb him up. Wait a second. That sounds funky. Just walk through and kill him. Do have ult as well. Kiting is very important here. Leona's back from base. I mean, it's so easy. That's why we want to snowball like this. Anyway, to complete my thought, pushing the map forward after that is one of the most crucial things, which means instead of focusing your own camps here, we focus pushing the towers. We go back to base, we take the red, we see someone split pushing, we kill them. We see now the fact that we've killed 2, let's go take the mark, let's take the grub, now we can take the dragon, let's push the mid lane. We can invade here and counter jungle this. I'm not thinking about my camps, you're not falling back to your camps, you're always pushing the map towards the Nexus. And not in an EU classic sense where you go disco. No. Now we should definitely dragon. In your games, and if you're playing Kindred and you're not getting these leads against like a gold player, you're low diamond and you're not getting leads against the diamond jungler, your pathing and your mechanics might not be on point. Because you should always be able to find that window with Kindred. Obviously, in equal skill level matchups with the meta and things, I mean, you're not going to do it every game, but that's the goal, no? I like this. Assassin Kindred. Assassin Kindred is huge, and this is why Collector's so good. Because it's such a turbo snowball item. And lethality in Kindred is better than you think. The Koreans love building it. They love it. The serrated Dirk into the Collector, just, you're building crit anyway, so you're getting that amp also, right? It's not like you're not a champion that builds crit. It does synergize with the rest of your itemization. But look at this. This is just pure fun. This is just fun. I mean, that's not fun. That's not fun. Well, I mean, if Perks doesn't want to hit ult, then we might as well, in solidarity, sit with him and not press our ult either. Sometimes it can be a waste, but in this case it's not because you kill him and he revives everyone. What a stupid mechanic. Hey, look, I got an assist and on something and a takedown and stuff, and now my whole team's revived. My whole team inted, but because I got a takedown, they all get revived. I mean, don't like that. I'm glad he's disabled. It'll be absolutely broken. I'm excited for when that gets nerfed, because it will get nerfed. Out of base, what's the next thing you see? If you see this and you go to this, bad jungler. Slap yourself on the head. Pistic up. As we tell my cats in Romanian. Jokingly, of course, when they're being cheeky. LeBlanc wants the blues, so we might as well oblige. She did do a good job. Don't worry about this. This is nonsense. Take the objective. Second Herald, always much more valuable than people think. I don't know why people don't think it's valuable. I mean, there's still a decent chunk of game left. You know, this isn't some kind of thing where it's a foregone conclusion and they're going to FF. We don't do that in the US. We're not quite as delusional as on other servers, but we do like to play things out to a certain degree because you never know when this happens. I mean, why? My eyebrow was itching because I was already starting to frown at that play. Yeah, we can activate this and just push it. You could. This is actually interesting. We have the split push component for the LeBlanc in the top lane. Not quite 11 yet. Kindred is level 12. You don't want to face check the Fog of War. He gets chain locked and killed. You could activate this to push and then try and collapse. But because it's all foggy and dark and sad and scary, we don't really want to walk into it. So we can just use this to push up. And now we have minion vision as they rotate to us. We can hit one more tower. Definitely secure that. LeBlanc's going to collapse down from the top lane, which is great. We can go straight into the target of choice, in this case Elise, hit what's in front of you. We also had the E on the Nami. We are to survive the ore damage because he's an assassin basically, or at least I like to meme it. Kite it, triple kill it, book it. Oh, I love being fed on Kindred. Isn't it great? And I'm sure there's going to be someone saying, you know, in my games, I never get fed as Kindred. In my games, my team never helps me rotate for marks. Yeah, that's why the video tomorrow on the main channel is a guy 90% win rate to Korean Master because his team never rotate for marks. That's how we did it. I'm not trying to disparage your struggle. I'm just trying to say the excuses, that don't work yet. Put it on yourself. Put it on yourself. There's always a reason or something you could have done that set yourself up. At least why? Assassination. I don't know why you would push this. I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's EU. Like this is a Fnatic bush. You know, everyone's kind of paranoid about it. Back to base here. You could look to join your team, but if you have a lot of gold, there's no point. It's an interesting name. You see? This is what I'm talking about. Now imagine your whole team did it. Now, I know you're all familiar with this. Imagine your whole team just dove and everyone died and there's a Baron up and their whole team goes to Baron, they snack it, and you're by yourself because you went to base and they decided to in tower. I know that happens to you. Nothing you can do about it. Play your game. Push the wave. Elise is showing on the Grump here. We can collapse on this as well. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Definitely a squid player for sure. The cocoon is a nightmare. We don't want to queue in because then the cocoon hits and you die. So you kind of want to try and bait it out some like this when she's in spider form you can do it. There he is. We knew he cancelled it. Red Smite for damage reduction. Whew. The kill and then into the immediate ultimate was great. Lucian's coming. Okay, that'll do it. That was nice though, clean. I like the kill is just top side, the set's TPing, you know? It's just complete fiesta skirmish. This is solo queue. This is why Kindred's so good to climb with. If you can really nail down what I'm talking about here and what you're seeing from Kindred in terms of mechanics, as well as hardcore pressure early while still sequencing, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Okay, Phantom Dancer is completed. Infinity Edge is also completed. So much like the Graves video we just did, we have our core mythic. We have our... You can also go shield bow in Kindred, by the way. We have our collector, and we have basically a lot of crit. And Kindred does scale directly with it, so we'll enjoy this. Marks were at 13, in case you couldn't see because it's too small. Lucian's pushing up the mid lane. Again, though, the base is not open, you know? We have Kindred, yes, but we still have a Callista that didn't really snowball properly. And they do have an Ornn, so they do have Ornn items. Nothing's set in stone in solo queue. People throw way too much. People in the wrong position way too much. But everyone's at the bottom lane here. You can just two stack this. This is always good. I love these pulls. You see out of position, pull it. Okay. Straight up 5v5. Oh my goodness. So good, but what? I mean, I know Akshan does a lot of damage, but still, that was kind of... So we kill this. All right, not a fan. I think it is funny though that you can be equal with someone. I mean, obviously there's other damage going through there, but I do think it's kind of funny you can be equal with someone in terms of like you kill each other, but you're 3 levels up and have 7,000 more gold. Oh well. Sometimes, my friends, not every game has to have perfect endgame macro. The total jungle guide I just did with the Nidalee talks about that. Also the one, sorry, that was a while back. The Graves one talks about it as well. We talk a lot about macro in these late games, but in this situation, sometimes a little bit of chaos is all you need, provided you do the right things. So there you go, 51 kill game, 23 kills for Kindred. We swapped into the we swapped into the shield bow. So can I put that in a thumbnail now? I might do that. You'll see. But maybe not. Gale Force was the predominant build path. Hope you enjoyed this one. Just a little bit of a more fun game. I'll be back tomorrow with something else. I have a list of junglers from the bootcamp as well as champions I want to cover. I just want to bring you the variety that you all know and love. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the main channel as well as this channel. Patreon will have coaching VODs, coaching signups, etc. Should be doing a few now for you. Thank you very much for watching once more. And as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.